Welcome students, today we are going to do the next part of your chapter tense. In your last class we had discussed about your past continuous tense up to your past continuous tense, and today we will be starting with your past perfect tense. Okay, so let's start. Past perfect tense is used for denoting an action completed at some point in time, some point in the past before another action commenced. That means in your present perfect tense we dealt about action which has started in your past, completed in past, but had certain connection with your present. But in past perfect tense there will be probably two events, and one event should have been completed before the second event or second action has started. For example, if I say they had reached the station before the train left. They had reached the station before the train left. I'm just writing the example over here so that it will be easier to understand for you guys. They had reached the station or the railway station, whatever, before the train left. Means there are two actions. What are the two actions? Had reached, left. They had reached, so the format will be had plus V3. First action, first event will take had plus V3, second will take V2. Both the action would be occurring in past, but the first action will take had plus V3, second will take V2. By reading the sentence, you have to understand which is happening. When you are making a sentence in past perfect, you have to give two action, and the first action should have completed in the past while the second action began. Okay, so the format is, I had already let you know, the format is had plus V3. Uses of past perfect tense. See, it is used when an action is completed before the certain moment in the past. They had already painted the picture. Out of two action happened in the past, it shows which action took place in past. There are two uses when one action had completed in the past and has no connection with your present. They had already painted the picture. And out of two action, when it is two action, one will be in V3 and the second will be in V2. Next is your past continuous tense. It tells us about an action that began before a certain point in the past and continued up to that time. Keywords: perfect, continuous, past. Actions will be happening in past. Perfect means started in past. Continuous would have run for certain point of time. For example, we had been enjoying our holidays for 5 days. Now your format for past continuous tense is had plus been plus verb plus ing. This is your format, had plus been plus verb plus ing. Along with that, for, since. Where to use for, where to use since? When you are mentioning a period of time, for. When you are mentioning point of time, since. They had been dancing since morning. They had been, I'm writing the example. They had been dancing since morning. For, they had been preparing for 2 months. They had been preparing for 2 months. When it is a period of time, then for. When it is a point of time, It is since. Okay. Now let's come to your future tense. Again, just like your past tense, we have indefinite or simple future. Okay, indefinite or simple future. We have continuous future, we have perfect, we have perfect continuous. Simple future will take will, shall plus first form of verb. Will, shall plus first form of verb. Where to use will, where to use shall. See, first person I, we means singular, plural. Second person you. Third person he, she, it, or any singular noun, and plural is they. So I will take shall, we will take shall, rest all will take will. Simple. But in case of duty, obligation, or something that you have to do, I will take will, this will take shall. In case of duty or obligation or promise. In case of duty, promise or obligation. Okay. Now see. Uses of future indefinite tense. It is used for referring to the future in general, for predicting about the future, for referring to future plans. I hope I have already dealt about these points in your online classes. So just go through this. See where to use for referring future when you are dealing with future. When you are talking about predicting about future, I think it will rain tonight, or some future plans. Okay. Next is your future continuous tense. Its format is will, shall plus be plus verb plus ing. Will, shall. I have told where to use will, where to use shall with that be plus verb plus ing. For example, he will be playing tomorrow. He will be returning tomorrow. He will be arriving tomorrow. Okay, this kind of stuff. Uses of future continuous tense indicating a definite action at a specific point, specific time in future. Means something which is definitely going to happen in future. He and his friends will be presenting a play next week. He will be returning or he will be arriving tomorrow. Something which is definite for future. Okay. For referring polite enquiries, will you be coming home? So I'm making certain polite enquiries. Not a big deal. Now see. Future perfect tense. Now it is your future perfect tense. Now see. Format is will, shall plus V3. Sorry, plus have plus V3. Will, shall plus have plus V3. For example, they will have completed the work by next week. They will have completed the work by next week means it denotes the completion of an action with a definite period of time in future. Means certain work which has possibly not started or have started but yet is supposed to be completed. But there is a specific definite time in future, by then it will be completed for sure. It is guaranteed that it will be completed in that specific point of time in future. A work that has probably started in past or has not been started, but a definite period in future it will be completed. It is guaranteed. They will have completed the project by next week. That is for sure. Okay, so uses of future perfect tense. See, for denoting the completion of an action with a definite period of time in future, again, completion of an action within a specific period of time. Talking about a deadline, it is again specific. Deadline means a specific time. By then it has to be completed. Okay, now see. Next is your future perfect continuous tense. What is the format? Will, shall plus have plus been plus verb plus ing. means future, going to be held in future. Perfect means will be a complete work. Okay. Continuous will be in a running form before it is completed. See, for example, I will have been preparing for my competition for the next week, means till the next week, the entire next week, I will be preparing for my examination. I will have been preparing for my competition or for my examination for the next week. Until the next week completes, the entire running week I will be preparing. So, future, it will be happening in future. Work will be completed in a definite period of time. Continuous will be running in a motion. Will be in a motion. Okay. Format will, shall plus have plus been plus verb plus ing. Now see, what are the uses of future perfect continuous tense? To denote action that will definitely take place. Future continuous, perfect continuous. Perfect means definite. It is definitely going to happen. Definitely take place before a certain time in future and will continue for some more time. Means it will start, it will definitely start, and it will be in a continuing motion. It will be in a running motion. I will have been preparing for my competition for the next week. And next, to emphasize the course of a future action. I am sure you will have been playing when I visit your home. Means a emphasization. This is generally used when you are writing for something. When you are writing a speech or thing. Now see, already I had explained you the uses of shall and will. Again, let me talk once. Shall, will are two modal auxiliary verb. Auxiliary verb means helping verbs used with your verbs. Okay. By means of which future tense is formed in both voice. Both voice means active passive. Okay. Now see. Merely future time. When I am talking mere future time, means normally in future, I shall go, we shall leave. Okay. Normal future. When nothing but in future time is intended, shall must be used for first person, will for the second time. See, first person will take shall, second and third person will take will. I shall go, we shall go, they will go, he will go, you will go. Okay. But when it is a command, a duty, a promise, threat, whenever we desire to express not merely future but also command, promise, threat, determination, shall is used in place of will in the second and third person, and will is placed in shall in the first person. It will just go. When it is about a command, a promise, or threat, I and we will take shall. Okay. Sorry, I and we will take will, and you, he, she, they will take shall. See, you shall receive your prize. Promise. Here you will go, but when it is a promise, you shall. Order, prohibition. He shall not enter my house. Means I am giving an order, I am giving a threat. He dare not, he shall not enter my house. Okay. Next. An implied intention means duty or something. When the speaker wishes to express some intention of his own, will replace shall in the first person. In case of first person, when it is an implied intention, I will visit you tomorrow. I will visit you tomorrow. Means it is this will means an intention. An intention, a will to go. Will, a zeal. Will means a feeling from inside. A will to go. Intention. I will call you today. And I shall then bid goodbye. See, shall means normal future is intended. Will, a promise, an intention is intended. Okay. So this is what your entire tense chapter is. I hope it is clear to you all. You will be completing this exercise, and if you have any problem regarding this exercise, feel free to talk to me. Feel free to get your doubts cleared. Okay. So till then, go through your chapter, see if you have any problem. And in your next class, we will be starting your next chapter. Let's see what your next chapter is. Oh, we have adverbs. Very good. It's very easier to understand. It will hardly take 2 more classes to complete your adverbs. Okay. So, till then, take care. Bye.